This presentation is going to look at the use of cognitive load theory principles in producing online video resources for accounting students. My name is Orlaith Kelly and I'm an accounting lecturer at Lone Institute of Technology. Cognitive load theory looks at the brain structure and distinguishes between working memory and long-term memory. Working memory is where information is processed, and there are two channels for receiving and processing information, a visual and a verbal channel. And learning is more effective when both channels are being used simultaneously. Holding significant amounts of information in working memory requires effort, and that's known as cognitive load. And if working memory receives more information than it can handle, cognitive overload occurs. Based on these cognitive theories, Mayer has come up with a number of principles for design of multimedia learning, so some of which are as follows. He reveals that deeper learning can occur when, firstly, words and pictures are used simultaneously, and so they're processed at the same time in working memory. Furthermore, to reduce the cognitive load on students, any unnecessary material on a presentation should be excluded, and also the resource should be set up so that students can view it at their own pace. Furthermore, if signalling can be incorporated into a presentation where students' attention is focused on key steps, this can aid learning. And also, students should not be forced to split their attention between two sets of information. So, for instance, trying to process words on screen and pictures at the same time, or perhaps even trying to read a question on a written manual and then look at the answer of it being presented on a screen. One of the principles I referred to on the previous slide was the split attention effect, and that's also been explored by Sweller. And it occurs when students have to refer to two sources of information simultaneously while learning something, and this increases the cognitive load on their working memory as they attempt to process the information. So to avoid that, when I produce online videos, I generally try to put the question on the screen along with the solution. So you can see here I have a screenshot from a worked example video that I produced, and on the left hand side I have the question information summarized from the question itself, and on the right hand side of the screen I have the solution. So that means that the students are presented with all the information they need to complete the solution. It's also beneficial because, apart from the fact that it prevents them having to look at a question and then look at my solution on screen, the student who hasn't access to the question can still benefit by using the video. Another thing I do is I generally do the solution, I prepare it in advance of recording, and then I delete the main content from the solution. Now you can see there I've left part A, part B, part C. I've also left some boxed areas where I'm going to type in the answers to the question. And the reason for that is I can format those cells so that if I need a euro symbol or decimal places, they can be there in advance. So I'm not spending time formatting my answer to make it look well. The formatting is already on the cells. Also, if possible, to present the solution in step-by-step fashion so that students get to learn the steps for completing the solution, and it just breaks it down into smaller chunks for them to process more easily. So I hope you found that useful, and thanks for your attention.